As if indifferent to his recovery condition, the South Korean military authorities have officially issued an order. Jungkook must return to duty. This decision has shocked everyone, including his family, fans, and the medical team closely monitoring his health. The latest report from the military hospital stated that although there had been positive progress, Jungkook had not fully recovered and still required intensive care. However, in an official statement, the military emphasized that any soldier deemed medically fit must resume their duties without exception. This decision immediately sparked strong protests. The hashtags #JusticeForJungkook and #LetJungkookHeal quickly topped global trending lists, with millions of fans calling for Jungkook's health to be the top priority. A report from inside the hospital revealed shocking facts. Although his condition was improving, Jungkook was still undergoing intensive physical therapy and mental health monitoring. The medical team stressed that his recovery had not yet reached the optimal stage for returning to the demanding tasks of military service. However, military authorities insisted that decisions must be based on existing regulations. They even scheduled an additional medical evaluation soon to determine when Jungkook should return to duty. Many experts warned that rushing his recovery could lead to long-term health risks. If he is forced to return too soon, his condition could worsen, said a doctor who chose to remain anonymous. Fans reacted emotionally. Many argued that Jungkook was being treated unfairly and questioned why the military did not make an exception given his condition. This decision immediately triggered a wave of outrage on social media. ARMY, the name for BTS fans, strongly protested and demanded that Jungkook be given more time to recover. Not only fans, but health experts also warned of the significant risks if Jungkook returned too soon. A military rehabilitation specialist stated that cases like this must be handled carefully because military duties are highly demanding, both physically and mentally. Outside the hospital, hundreds of fans gathered, holding banners reading "Prioritize Jungkook's health" and "Jungkook needs time to heal." They demanded that the military be more flexible in its decision-making, especially for someone who had just come out of a medical recovery period. On the other hand, some still supported the military's decision. They argued that rules are rules, and all conscripts should be treated equally. However, many believed that health cases like this should be an exception. According to South Korean military law, extensions for recovery periods can be granted under certain conditions. However, there is still no certainty about whether Jungkook qualifies for such an exception. If the upcoming medical evaluation determines that he is still not healthy enough to serve, the military may delay his duty. But if the evaluation concludes otherwise, Jungkook will have no choice but to return to duty. This decision has gained widespread attention, not only in South Korea but also internationally. What if Jungkook suffers a health setback due to this hasty decision? So far, neither the hospital nor Jungkook's family has made an official statement about the possibility of him returning to duty soon. But one thing is certain, millions of eyes are now focused on the medical evaluation that will determine his fate. Meanwhile, fans continue to show their support in various ways, including launching a global petition demanding that Jungkook be given more time to recover. Some experts have even started questioning how the South Korean military handles mandatory service cases involving celebrities with medical conditions. The upcoming days will be crucial for Jungkook. If the medical evaluation states that he must return, then there will be no choice but to resume duty in a far from ideal condition. However, if the medical team successfully convinces the military that his recovery still requires time, there is hope that Jungkook will be granted an extension. Now, all attention is focused on the decision that will soon be made. Will the military remain firm in its stance, or will they prioritize his health first? One thing is clear, Army's fight is not over. They will continue to speak up to ensure Jungkook receives proper care before facing the harsh reality of military service. We await the final decision. But wait a moment. Is any of this even true? Is Jungkook really being forced back into military service before fully recovering? Or could this just be a narrative blown out of proportion to stir public emotion? How many of us immediately believe this news without a second thought? In this digital era, where information spreads rapidly, We often find ourselves trapped in a sea of news that isn't necessarily true. Social media can easily sway public opinion, making us prioritize emotional reactions over critical thinking. But let's take a step back and ask ourselves, how logical is this news? Is there concrete evidence that the military is actually forcing Jungkook to return to duty while unfit? Think about it. If an ordinary soldier suffered a serious injury, would the military force them back to duty at the risk of worsening their health? Is there evidence that Jungkook is not receiving proper medical care? Or are we simply following a narrative pushed by the media without questioning the actual source? Most of us might want to believe this is true, that an injustice must be fought against, that Jungkook is a victim of a cruel system. But on the other hand, could this be a manufactured scenario? Could it be that this news was intentionally created to provoke a reaction from fans, sparking global uproar? Look at how this issue has escalated on social media. Trending hashtags, petitions created within hours, and emotional responses from millions of fans worldwide. But let's ask ourselves, who truly benefits from all this? Did Jungkook himself ask the public to defend him? Or is someone else exploiting his name to create a sensation? What if this news is just part of a hidden marketing strategy? How often have we seen scandals or major issues emerge, causing global chaos, only to be followed by a major announcement like a comeback or a new project? Isn't this a pattern we've seen many times before? Let's test our logic. If the South Korean military were truly strict and inflexible, why have there been past cases where celebrities or athletes were granted exceptions from military service due to health reasons? Why is Jungkook the only one being treated as if there is no way out? Or are we just believing what we want to believe? We live in a time where news spreads faster than the truth. How many of us actually check the sources of this news before reacting? How many of us just read the headlines without seeking confirmation? Are we sure this news isn't exaggerated? When we read shocking news, our first step shouldn't be immediate outrage or blindly spreading it, but rather verifying the accuracy of the information. Is there an official statement from the military? Is there a real medical report stating that Jungkook is in critical condition? If so, where is the concrete evidence to support these claims? We often assume that what appears in the media must be true, but haven't we been disappointed by false reports many times before? Could it be that we are being manipulated by a narrative designed to provoke our emotions before rushing to sign a petition or demand justice on social media? Ask yourself, is this truly a cause worth fighting for, or just an illusion crafted to exploit our emotions? How often do we question the truth behind the news we read? Have we ever tried to explore different perspectives before jumping to conclusions? In a world where the line between reality and illusion is increasingly blurred, we must be smarter in discerning the truth. Don't let our emotions be controlled by a narrative that may not even be real. Before reacting, before judging, ask yourself, is this a fact or just a story designed to grab attention? So, after reading this article, what do you think? Is Jungkook truly being forced back into the military under terrible conditions? Or is this just an issue pushed by the media to create drama? Are you sure about everything you've read? Or is it time to start questioning everything?